fight? What was different watching it?
Even before I went to watch it, I get in the ring, wasn't feeling myself. And the first round, when he knocked me down, like I fell and I was like, did I slip? Like what exactly knocked me down? Like this punch? Because I felt the punch, but it wasn't the punch that knocked me down. I really get confused at that time. I'm like, damn, what? But from that moment, I get knocked down with a punch that wasn't that hard because...
You don't think it was that hard?
No, he hit my hand before he hit my face. And I felt it. I felt the punch, but I wasn't on the floor. The first one. And then I get count, then stood up. We finished the round. I went on my corner. But by the time I went on my corner, I never came back from that. I kept going from there. I don't remember when I left the stool to get in the second round.
Well, that was probably from the big punch in the second round too, right?
Yeah, but I'm talking about the first round.
Right, but the memory afterwards is always going to be cloudy after a knockout.
Yeah, but I remember exactly what's happened until we get to the stool. I remember being there, start having blurry vision. The guy was in front of me. My team was in front of me speaking to me, and then the voice was getting distance.
So you think there was something wrong?
I don't know if it was the fatigue. I don't know what was it, but something wasn't right.
So something wasn't right. Forget about the punches he landed.
Yeah.
Something else was wrong. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, something was wrong.
Do you think it's something you ate?
I don't know.
That someone gave you?
I have no proof. I don't know if maybe...
Did you get tested after the fight?
Maybe it's the fact that I get there at that time.
So just the fatigue and the anxiety and all the hours and hours? Right.
Yeah, but something wrong.
But it felt like something was wrong.
It wasn't me, yeah.
So did it feel like something was wrong, like just plain fatigue, or did it feel like something was wrong, like maybe you were poisoned, or maybe you were drugged?
Plain fatigue.
Fatigue.
Yeah.
So just fatigue.
Yeah. On the fatigue
aspect. And once again, people, there is Francis Ngannou on his reflection in the Anthony Joshua KO. Okay. And he is sticking to the same story. He didn't feel right. He felt fatigued. He was like, did I slip? You know, and I'll say this first of all. My heart still goes out to Francis Ngannou because of his child. No parent should ever outlive their child. And I can only imagine what he's going through, okay? However, we got to call a buck, a spade a spade. This happened before that. And he has the same outcome, the same feeling. And based on the way he's explaining it, people, okay, that, hey, did I slip? I seen the punch coming. I felt woozy. I didn't feel right. Maybe it was fatigue, because that's what he blames it on, and fatigue. And I'll get to that here in a second. But based on everything that he just said, all he's explaining is when someone gets knocked out and they come to. Okay, when they revive, that's the natural reaction of how you should feel when you get knocked out. You never feel the shot that hit you. He claims that he did it, hit his glove, then it hit him, and then I slipped. No, you just did not know the power or understand what took place because it never happened before. Okay, that's all that really means. He got hit and he's like, I never recovered. I slipped. No, you slipped and got caught with a shot that you've never, ever experienced. I mean a boxing punch. I don't mean a winging right hook that you see coming in the UFC in the cage. I mean a shot that was perfectly timed. And it went, it hit so hard that it hit your glove and your glove hit your face. But the impact puts you right on your ass. No guy that's 6'4", 250 or 40 some odd pounds is not going to take a shot, or he's going to take a shot like that and not know what happened. What happened? You got knocked out. You got really buzzed when he got caught. And in the second round, he just got faded. You know what I mean? He's talking about to the point of him getting knocked out. You know what I mean? And here's the thing. If he's insinuating that, hey, I didn't feel right, it was the fatigue, and they called me or they got me too late or whatever in the morning and I wasn't prepared. Well, I would say that's on you, okay? Because your team should have prepared you for the time change if it was that type of effect that you had from just getting up too early or getting up too late and not having the right type of energy levels. That just sounds like something that was amateur night based on your team, okay? But him saying it's just plain fatigue and saying I just didn't feel right, I didn't feel this, it's attempting to take credibility away from the knockout itself. But one thing we can't avoid is him being knocked out cold. Okay, this man was Dillian White and Povetkin in 2020. You know what I mean? This guy was knocked out cold. He was Amir Khan knocked out. Amir Khan, British Prescott. He was KO'd. That Canelo Khan fight, that was a KO. There was nothing else you could add to that. Now, regardless of what happened between the first round and the knockout, okay, well, I felt, because, Rogan tried to give him a way out. He was like, well, you saying, were you poisoned? Did you get tested? Because if he did go that route and say, hey, you know what? I felt I was poisoned. Something was going on. Something was in my drink or whatever. Well, in that case, that would have verified what was in your system, because something had to be in your system for you to feel that way. You know what I mean? And him saying I didn't feel too well and didn't feel too good and this and that and the other, it just looks like another excuse, and it doesn't really fit well with a lot of people, especially when he took that type of knockout. You know what I mean? I just feel give credit where credit's due. You guys tell me what you think of Francis Ngannou. Still to this day states that something wasn't right about the Anthony Joshua fight. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.